Jaye King is our January feature here, and I'm so pleased to welcome you, Jay. Jay, you're from Nashville, and you have.
I'm a- I'm actually from Tampa Bay area, Florida.
Oh, okay, all right. So you
Yeah.
live in Nashville, but you're from
Yeah.
Bradenton, am I right?
Yep. Yep.
And I'm so glad that you're here. You just signed with Centricity in November. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to hand it over to you, Jay. Tell our audience all about who Jay King is.
Jaye King is a father, a husband, a musician, a pastor. Man, I try to keep my hands open and be able to serve people however I can, starting with my home. I make music, so I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee, making Christian music, music that I hope will speak to the hearts of people everywhere, give them help spread faith, hope, and love one song at a time. And that's what I'm doing. I'm from Bradenton, Florida, as you just heard. And
Yep.
that's like right below St. Pete, but right before Sarasota. And so if you ever been down there, the beaches is where I'm from. So that's me in a nutshell.
Well, as I recall, all the elite athletes go to Bradenton.
Yes.
But maybe we've got an elite Christian artist coming out of Bradenton also.
I hope so. Yes, sir.
So are you into sports, Jay?
I am. I love sports.
Yeah, who's your teams?
Well, are we talking college, NFL? What you thinking?
Whatever comes to the top of your mind.
I'm a Florida Gator fan. College,
Oh
I,
yeah.
I like all things Gators, baseball, football, yep,
Yeah.
basketball. When it comes to NFL, of course, I'm a home team guy. I love the Buccaneers, but I'm really a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Dallas is
I
Dallas.
know it.
What, they have a football team in Dallas?
Oh man,
Okay.
America's team, man.
Yeah. Well, the reason I bring up football is because I'm a fantasy football guy. And I would say that Jay King is that draft pick that no one else has their eyes on yet, but next year you're going to be first round. So we're
Oh man,
we're really happy to have you here. Now I listened to your latest song, "Hard Place," and it is very mature. I mean, it touched my heart, but it also really inspired me. It wasn't just a ballad, but it was a driving song that I think left a real impression. Talk to us about Hard Place, where it came from, and what the genesis of that song was in creating it.
yeah. I think we all thank you first of all. That's very kind. I mean, I'm very humbled by what you just shared and how the song hit you. I really appreciate the honesty in that. The truth is, Hard Place is kind of a hindsight song for all of us that love the Lord and love Jesus, and we know what He's done in our life. If you
Hmm.
can look back in your life and recognize at one point we didn't understand the scriptures, we didn't understand the way of Christ. And once we have been bought into this enlightenment phase of who the Lord is and we've encountered who He is, we begin this journey, which is where that song picks up. Forgive me if I look a little rough around the edges. When you're coming into something new, you usually don't smell like where you're going,
Mm.
but you're not where you were before. You're kind of in the in between, which is what that song is talking about. We look messy, we look broken, but God came to save us right where we are. He stepped out of His high place in heaven and entered the messiness of our story, and He redeems it, and He brings fresh purpose to it, and He speaks life, gives us a new name. And that song really is the story of salvation. God meeting us in the roughest of places and giving us something to live for. What a God that we serve.
Where where was the first inspiration for that, Jay? Like when you're in that songwriting mode, what was that thing that said, "This is where I'm going with this song"?
Yeah, I walked into the room that day. The writers with me that day was the producer Sajan and songwriter Nick Bays. I walked into the room. I had written with Sajan and Nick one time before, and as you start building camaraderie, you start being able to trust certain people with certain things in the room. And
Sure.
I knew after my first session with them, I could trust them with this concept. And what it was that was really on my heart, I was looking back over my life and realizing I shouldn't be where I am. It doesn't make sense that God has blessed me the way He has, knowing what my story is, and just thinking through being raised by a single mom. I'm the third of her first marriage, and I was raised without my dad in my life. That immediately has a stigma. There's statistics that say a Black man, no father in his life. There's a way my life should look, but it looks nothing like that. I look at my mom and how hard she worked. I look at what I had to navigate, and I came into the room and I said, "There's this idiom that people have said my whole life. You've caught me between a rock and a hard place."
Yeah.
And I recognized in my story and reflection that God showed me He is the rock in a hard place. No matter where I've been and no matter how messy my story looks, God has remained a rock in a hard place that I can stand on, that I can build on, that I can trust. And I wanted to share that with people everywhere, that your story is not beyond redeeming. If God can do it in my life, He can do it in your life too.
And so it sounds like this when you listen to the song, it sounds deeply personal. And apparently it truly is.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we look through your Instagram. You looks like you have just a delightful family. Tell us about your family.
Yeah. I've been married about 11 years, almost 12 years to my wife and the love of my life. My first responsibility and priority, Chelsea. We met in Bradenton, Florida. We've known each other since middle school. I was really great friends with her brother, still am. And he asked me to come play drums at his church. And that led to a lot of things in my life. But Chelsea and I met then. So we've known each other a long time. We have three beautiful kids. Rowan, she's 10. Jeremiah, he's 9. And then my youngest daughter, Thea, she's 4. So we're raising a full home. And it's truly a redemption story, man. I didn't have this dynamic growing up, a male and a female figure, married, committed. And here I am almost 12 years later, God just redeeming that whole part of my life. So
That's such a great story. And the age of your kids, perfect time. They all think you are the king. That may change in the future, but
yeah. Yeah.
that's awesome. So, what happens if they become Titan fans? Is that okay?
Oh boy. my my son is a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Oh
He
my God.
loves he loves Patrick Mahomes. Maybe it's because he has a black dad and a white mom. He's got the curly hair. He
Oh
feels like he
yeah. Okay.
identifies with Patrick, but he loves Pat Mahomes. He loves Tyreek Hill, who's left for the Dolphins, but
Yeah.
he's remained a Kansas City fan. So we just beat the Chiefs in November 2025. I want this to be known on Thanksgiving Day. The Cowboys beat the Chiefs, and my son was upset. So he's
Oh,
a
no
Chiefs
kidding.
fan.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
yeah,
Uh, so I've in my career I've moved my family a couple of times when I felt the Lord opened that door. It's not easy. So you just moved to Nashville recently or sometime recently. What was
yep.
that? What was that like and how's it been?
Well, the cool thing is, as you mentioned, transition is hard. Any move with the family is difficult. My life has been accustomed to change. I've committed to following the Lord. Since me and Chelsea's gotten married, she
Yeah,
knows I've had to live a risk based, faith based life, and she's all in. So my wife gave me the confidence to take this jump
that's awesome.
into music. And so my kids have been in the know. I actually signed with Centricity in 2024, so they knew,
Oh,
oh, we're going into music, and we've been writing for a while, and now this music is coming out. People are being made aware of what we've been dealing with behind the scenes. So we keep our kids two things: one, we keep them informed. This is what's happening, and then two, we're sharing. Hey, we didn't just move away from family because we wanted a different start. God has called us into this thing, and He wants us to use it to reach people. We're doing ministry. You're sharing your dad so
yeah.
that we can go and make a difference in the world. And it's been cool to see them understand that.
Yeah, ministry is not always the same as a comfort zone, for sure.
No, yeah, it's challenging
So
for sure.
again, I can't wait to see you in concert. You have a great energy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's ahead. So, what's Your site said there's no tours yet,
Mhm.
but tell us about 2026. What's in store? What can we see from Jaye King?
Well, the first things first, you're going to see me keep following the Lord. Um, there's no number one hit. There's no massive rocket ship to the top. That's never been my story. God is faithful. So whatever he does, I'm going to remain obedient to what he's asking me to do. So that's not going to change. Two, I don't have the pressure of the industry. As you just said,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling pressure to be anything but who I am. So Jaye King is me. It's not a character. It's not a moniker. This is who I am. And so you can expect more music. We're going to be rolling out a lot more music going into the new year. Hard Place was the first of many songs we intend to share. And then I'm open to being on the road and playing and just spreading faith, hope, and love one song at a time. Every city, every place I get to play in, every artist I get to support, I hope to join forces with advancing the kingdom because that's what I'm here to do. So that's what you can expect in a nutshell.
Nice. Faith, hope, and love. Not only does the church need it now, the whole world needs it now more than ever. And I hope that that will be the story of 2026.
Yes,
So,
sir.
hey, if our listeners and readers haven't listened to Hard Place, you need to hit that button and you need to listen to it because it's a great way to start the year. I love that song. And Jay, I know there's going to be great things from you in the future. Last thing I'm going to say is tell your friends at Centricity to get you up to Canada, okay?
All right. All right. I will do that.
All right. Well, listen, we're looking forward to a great 2026 from you. Thank you for being a part of our feature in January this month. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me. I can't
We'll be
wait to meet
praying for you
everybody
and
there.
your family.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very good.